I've come to realize that nothing truly worthwhile in life comes without taking risks. Nothing. As Nelson Mandela once said, there is no passion to be found playing small, in settling for a life that is less than the one you're capable of living. Throughout school, while applying to college, choosing your major, and deciding what direction your life should take, I'm sure many people have given you the same advice. Make sure you have something to fall back on. But I've never really understood that way of thinking. If I'm going to fall, I don't want to fall backward onto something safe. I want to fall forward. Because if I fall forward, at least I'll see what I'm about to land on. Without consistency, nothing meaningful ever gets finished. So pursue what genuinely excites you. Follow what you're passionate about. Take chances. And never let the fear of failure stop you. There used to be an IQ test involving 9 dots. The challenge was to connect all 9 using only 5 straight lines without lifting your pencil. The only way to solve it was to draw beyond the boundaries of the dots. That's the lesson. Don't be afraid to think beyond the limits. Don't be afraid to fail on a big scale. Don't be afraid to dream bigger than anyone expects. But always remember, dreams without goals remain nothing more than dreams. Reggie Jackson struck out 2,600 times during his baseball career, the highest number in history. Yet people rarely remember the strikeouts. They remember the home runs. Fall forward. Thomas Edison carried out over 1,000 unsuccessful experiments before creating the light bulb. Most people don't realize that, because the one thing they remember is experiment number 1001. Fall forward. Every failed attempt moves you one step closer to success. Taking risks isn't just important because people tell you it is. It's important because failure is unavoidable. At some point in your life, you will fail. You will lose. You will embarrass yourself. You'll discover that you're terrible at something. That's guaranteed. And I know this may not sound like the typical message you hear at a graduation ceremony, but I'm telling you to embrace it, because it's going to happen anyway. In the acting world, rejection is a constant part of the journey. Early in my career, I auditioned for a Broadway musical. I thought it was the perfect role for me. There was only one problem. I couldn't sing. Needless to say, I didn't get the part. But here's what mattered. I didn't quit. I didn't fall back. I walked out of that audition determined to prepare for the next one, then the one after that, and the one after that. I prayed. I kept praying. And I continued to fail, again and again and again. But it didn't matter, because there's an old saying, if you spend enough time around the barber shop, eventually you're going to get a haircut. Keep showing up long enough, and eventually your opportunity will come. Mine did. Last year, I performed in the Broadway play Fences. Here's the incredible part. It was staged in the very same theater where I had failed my first audition 30 years earlier. The lesson is simple. Every graduate sitting here today has the education and the ability to succeed. But do you have the courage to fail? Because if you never fail, you probably never tried. Let me say that once more. If you don't fail, you're not really trying. To achieve something you've never had, you must be willing to do something you've never done. Now imagine this. Picture yourself lying on your deathbed. Standing around you are the ghosts of everything you could have become. The ideas you never acted on. The talents you never developed. The dreams you left untouched. They surround you, angry, disappointed, and heartbroken. They say, "We came into your life because only you could bring us into existence. Now we have no choice but to disappear with you." So I ask you today, how many ghosts will be standing beside your bed when your time comes? I recently returned from South Africa. It's an incredibly beautiful nation, but it's also home to communities facing heartbreaking poverty and desperate need. And Africa is only one example. The Middle East needs your help. Japan needs your help. Alabama needs your help. Tennessee needs your help. Louisiana needs your help. Philadelphia needs your help. This world has countless needs, and it needs something from you. It truly does, especially from the younger generation. I'm not speaking for everyone standing up here, but I know I'm getting a little older. We need your energy, your ideas, your courage, because the future belongs to you. Go out into the world. Give everything you have, your time, your talent, your prayers, your resources. Ask yourself, what will you do with what you've been given? I'm not asking how much you have. Some of you study business, some theology, some nursing, some sociology. Some of you have wealth, some have patience, some possess kindness, some have compassion, some are gifted with endurance. Whatever your gift may be, what will you choose to do with it? Now let me leave you with one final thought about failure. Sometimes failure becomes the very thing that reveals your purpose. Life rarely follows a straight line. I started college at Fordham University planning to become a doctor. Then I took a class called cardiac morphogenesis. I couldn't pronounce it, I couldn't understand it, and I definitely couldn't pass it. So I switched to pre-law, then journalism. Without any real direction, my grades started heading in a completely different direction too. My GPA dropped to 1.8. Eventually, the university politely suggested that maybe I should take some time away. I was 20 years old, and I had reached the lowest point in my life. Then one unforgettable day, March 27th, 1975, I was helping my mother in her beauty salon in Mount Vernon. An elderly woman, respected by everyone in the community, was sitting there. I didn't know her